so if you don't pick me, I wouldn't want to go out with you anyway. Now I'll leave you all with one last story. This was the first Tinder date I ever went on, and it was when I was in college. And it ended with me leaving halfway through the date because he told me I had an erratic and obsessive personality and would never make good decisions in life. Yeah, kind of rough for a first date, right? So fast forward till today, when I'm up here on stage, confidently telling you all about my failed dating life while doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I just kind of wish he could see me now, because clearly, he was right. Thank you.
Aaron Beckman. I was thinking about the whole Tinder thing, and I was thinking about this couple, and I'm sorry, I'm just coming back to you. You're just so perfect for comedy. I can just see it. Like you break up, and he's like, why do you not like me anymore? Were you unfaithful? It's like, no, you got contact lenses. Oh man, but I'm also a counselor, believe it or not, and there are counselors who run their practice kind of like cell phone providers. Like I went to one of those cell phone budget counselors, and I started to cry, and he's like, "I'm sorry, that'll cost extra." And I'm like, "You gotta be kidding." He's like, "That's not included either." But I had a client call me the other week, and he's like, "I'm not doing so well." I'm like, "Well, duh." No one calls me and says, "Hey, you know something? I'm doing great. Just wanted to pay $200 to tell you all about it." And I'm like, "Wait a second. This guy's got a Porsche, 3 hot girlfriends, a private helicopter. He just paid $200 to make me feel bad. But the joke's on him because I have low self-esteem. I would have done it for $75." And I was thinking, what would it be like being married to a psychiatrist? I can just see her meet the kids, Xanax and Wellbutrin, and our dog Borderline. Anyhow, folks, your next comic, please welcome Mr. K. Fargo.
Yeah, thanks for loosening that up for me. And thank you for loosening them up for me. I couldn't say that procrastinate, but if any of you have a pen, that would have been really helpful. It's really great to see you all here tonight, supporting our struggle with mental health. We will stamp it out one of these days. It seemed like a great event for me to get involved with, for the cause, but I was a little worried because I just have depression and anxiety. So, I'm always a little bit worried. What I mean, though, is, anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, substance abuse. You could see that any night here. That's not why you came. So I went out and got myself a diagnosis for PTSD, which if I didn't have before, I'm sure I will by the end of this set. Also, if you hadn't noticed it, you will. The only guy in this year's group, other than, of course, the omnipresent David, but he's from Canada, so I don't know if that counts. Yeah, I am the only pale, patriarchal penis person participating in this particular presentation. But that having been said, give it up for the ladies, everyone else with me. So I decided that I'm going to do the bravest thing a man can do and only tell jokes about my girlfriend tonight. You can meet her after the show. We got the cop cars. No, I'm proud of us. We just celebrated 7 years together, which is pretty good. And I know some of you will appreciate this. A lot of that time was spent in a long-distance relationship. So, but nowadays our restraining orders have expired and we are fully in 7 wonderful years ago, we met on this online dating site. It turns out there is one for people with mental and emotional problems. It's called OkCupid. At least OkCupid 2012. In our case, we hit it off immediately. It was like, oh hell yes, Cupid. At this point, Beyonce and Jay-Z don't know anything about Crazy in Love. And, started out, we went on a few dates, like you do. And things started getting a little more serious, like they do. And one day, she sits me down and says, hey, there's something kind of serious I need to talk to you about. Like, that's going to be a good talk, right? Oh, Cupid. But, okay, lay it on me. Well, look, there's no easy way to say this, but I'm schizophrenic. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I hear voices and I see things. I'm like, I know what schizophrenia is, stupid, but you don't have herpes? I was so ready. I was halfway through making the appointment. I decided this was going to work after all. And as I found out over the years, there are actually a lot of advantages for a guy with low self-esteem in dating someone who suffers the occasional delusion of grandeur. Seriously, like when she tells me the sun, moon, and stars revolve around me, I know she really means it because I know she thinks she put them there. So it's inspiring. There's someone with anxiety and depression. She's out there, controlling the weather, electrons, the lottery, the stock market, the spread of Ebola, and I can barely bring myself to go check the mailbox. The real mailbox. There's not even any mail. So anyhow, I had to step up my game in this regard, but eventually I knew I was doing a good job, and I knew I was really killing it the day she told me I had, she had started to hear my voice when I wasn't actually talking. So I know that might have scared some people off, but again, low self-esteem, it was like, damn, I have never been a voice in someone's head before. She really does love me. I started getting competitive about it. At this point, I'm vying with her mom and the devil for the #1 spot. Watch out. Still, eventually I had to tell my friends and family, and there's still, some stigma there. People care. It's like, don't people with schizophrenia have voices that command them to go out and kill? And I'm like, no, that's just in the movies. Really, with her, it's more of just a friendly suggestion. But I tell them how much I admire her gumption. She has actually literally managed to live a very successful life, doing all sorts of successful, fun things, despite having these voices in her head. And, I can't deal with, that one voice, one keeps you in bed watching YouTube all day. Nobody at work really likes you much at all. And I'm like, okay, I'm calling in dead and watching true crime. Autoplay. But dating someone with schizophrenia, again, believe it or not, you always know where you stand. With so much else going on up there, she just does not have the time or energy to waste on lying to me, so that doesn't happen. And you get these really unforgettable, incredible moments. There's one time that I absolutely have to share. She looks deep into my eyes, right, and says the most incredible words I've ever heard in my unfortunately long life. You're an alien replica, and the real you is on a spaceship in Corpus Christi. That's ridiculous. That ship's been in Dallas ever since it got impounded after the GWI. And she's like, no, you can't fool me, alien dude. So she actually temporarily breaks up with me over this, which was really tough to deal with. I'm left wondering for years, did she break up with me or the alien replica? And you start thinking, the same way. It's a little bit contagious. Like, if I ever find that alien replica son of a bitch, I am going to kick his ass. Like, I have never kicked anyone's, but no, I haven't ever. I can't even actually kick my own ass. It's been my Achilles heel ever since, you know, I was small, kicked soccer balls backward over my head, I whipped a T-ball. And yeah, did anybody here like PE class? Oh, good, good. Yes, I was gonna say, get out. You're just here to laugh at us, not with us. Anyhow, as a kid, I was so bad at sports that by the time I got to high school, and I went to a gifted high school, so I figured out how to take correspondence course PE. Anybody know that existed? I don't know if it still does. Class of '94, anyone? Yeah, I took it from BYU. These are clearly people of faith because nobody watches you exercise for correspondence course PE. Yeah, I ran a 2-minute mile this week. Diploma, please. I actually, again, psychological things, I had to be realistic about it, so I gave myself a D+. I didn't want to hurt my feelings. But I'm getting older now, and you know, just go from tracking 40s to tracking 40s.